The graphics are stunning, and it's graphically one of the best third-person shooters on the market. The environments are colorful, and the sandstorm effects are awesome. Unfortunately, some texture issues knocks it from a perfect score, but it's still a beautiful game, and the graphics gets a 4 out of a 5. The sound effects of the gunplay and the environmental sounds gets the job done, but is nothing amazing. Where the game sound shines, however, is the voice acting, which helped me get into the story and made the characters believable. The music was great, and it really helped me get into the action. I have no complaints about the sound overall, and it gets an above average score of a 4 out of a 5. The story is the strongest thing about this game. I really loved the story, and it had me playing all the way to the end, which is rare for me. The story has a great surprise ending, which I did not see coming. The only negative about the story is that it's relatively short, which I beat the story in about 6 hours. The 3 different endings is a plus, but it's easy to achieve them. The story is perfect, so it gets a perfect score of a 5 out of a 5. The gameplay is the weak part of the game. The control design is flawed, and the cover system is extremely flawed. I can't count the number of times I took cover when I wanted to run from the enemies and got killed by the enemies behind me as the result. The controls are frustrating, but the level design, which is pretty good for a third-person shooter, makes up for it somewhat. The squad can get you out of a jam sometimes, and there's also some pretty good but basic squad control mechanics in the game, which brings some basic strategy elements into the game. The gameplay, while good, is average, so it gets an average score of a 3 out of a 5. There is an online multiplayer aspect of it, but is decidedly average and has plenty of issues like poor map designs. So I think most will just play it online for a few matches and then move on to a better online game. The story, however, is good enough to warrant some playthroughs, so the replayability gets an above average score of a 4 out of a 5. The game is one of the best third-person shooters on the market. The weak online is more than made up for the stellar single-player story. I highly recommend it for anybody that's looking for a good game that has a great story but is not really into multiplayer, like me.